Okay, good. We're getting live. We made sure that everybody had access. I need everybody to put access on the chat. Okay, no, don't let me interrupt. Don't let me interrupt the vibe. All right, don't let me interrupt the vibe that is happening right about now. Okay, so let me see what's happening in the chat. Let me see. United States of Aja. Come on, that's Calabar. Let's Calabar in the building. All right, Lagos, Nigeria. Ireland, come on, put in your location. What's happening? What's happening? Light the chat up with your location right now. Light the chat up with your location right now. All right. Let us know where you're joining from. Abuja. You're welcome on the call, Ghana. Come on, let's go. Put your location, your country, put your flags if you can. Port Harcourt. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. The chat is slow. I don't really feel this is the energy for a kind of day like this. St. Louis, United States, come on, let's go. Ireland, USA, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Put it on the chat. And if you happen to be a guest on the call, all right, you are a guest on the call, you're a first timer, this is your first time, you're not in an environment of education, and this is someone invited you on this call, you want to put guests, you want to make sure you let us know you're a guest on the call. Come on, let's go. What is happening? It's my network. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? It seems I can't hear myself loud and clear. All right, it seems you guys want me to cool it down. But the energy, maybe the energy level is so high, you guys can catch up. You guys can hear me loud and clear. All right, if you are on this call, all right, I need you to let me put in where you are joining us from. If you've not done that, you want to put in your flags. And if you are a guest, all right, if you're a guest, let us know you're a guest, you're invited. All right, we had so many guests yesterday, experience the value we brought in, the shift of the mindset. We had a remarkable day yesterday, and I've gotten lots of testimony from yesterday, and I'm super excited for what happened yesterday, but I'm much more excited about what the effect of yesterday is going to really make. The success we're going to have from those of you that are going to be taking advantage. You're going to be taking advantage based on the decisions you made yesterday. So today is Educators Day. Today is Education Day. Today is the skill set. We're going to break down the skill set in detail. Biafra, Abuja, is still coming. All right. If you've not dropped your location and you want to make sure, we still get this line marked. See, this line has the capacity of taking giants. All right. So if you're here on this call, it is not going to be proper. You just sit here and enjoy. Guess what? I've been in an environment where a lot of you are seated here, already enjoy so much value from me already. But the reason we're doing this, I always say two things. All right, events are to do two things in an organization. Is to increase the level of the mindset playing in the organization. So it's only events that you get to come and learn. All right, you take the knowledge that would increase in your personal development, like you guys got exposed to, the timeline of successful individuals yesterday, and that has changed, the course of how you believe. And people take decisions that change the course of their life. All right, when they get exposed to such kind of environment. The second thing event does is a catapulting, is a catapulting effect to expand your organization. How? There will never be a Canvery if there wasn't an event. There will never be even most of the educators, the chairman that you see today, there wasn't an event. And guess what? The ripple effect of this is that it gets to grow, it gets increasing team-wise. So what you do is, as a member of an organization, you want to take advantage of these two things. Not just one, take advantage. You help yourself grow when you put people in an event, because guess what will happen? They'll make the decision. Some of them are going to get started. Some of them will experience what they've not experienced in the environment before now. All right. And, it's going to now expand you in numbers. It's going to expand you in team. So while we're seated here, while I'm going to bring in our guests, while I'm going to take you guys through in the first part of this, some of you are new. All right. So I said, if you are a guest on the call, I want to know those of you that are guests on the call. And guess what? Right. If I'm not seeing guests on the call, then I'm really going to be very, very skeptical as to the kind of people that I'm talking to right now. Why? If you got lots of value yesterday and you're not here with guests, boy, I have so many rich people who want to keep the wealth to themselves. If you know you're not that kind of individual that keep wealth to yourself, you want to enrich yourself and you want to bless the others. All right. You know you're not that kind of person. Put in 7 on the chat. You know you're not that kind of person. All right. And I want your action to speak. Okay. Put in 7 on the chat. You're not selfish. You're not the one who wants to just make all of the money and people should see and congratulate you. All right. Because what we're going to do what we're doing in this course is we're showing people how to make the money. All right. Using the tools, using this environment. And if you're here, you're not giving vent to someone who doesn't know about this environment, man, that's strange. So let me first know, are there guests on this call? All right. Are there guests on the call? Let me know you're a guest on the call. All right. Just put in the word guest. First time means you're not in an environment. You're getting exposed to an environment for the first time. Put guest on the call and put where you're joining from. All right. Let's go. Okay, we are close to about 50 on this call. I still haven't found a guest. All right. And the first part of this, I want to talk about the product, so we have so many products. I'm going to quickly share with them. Just a moment. All right, good. So the first part I want to share with you. So let's say you come into an environment like that. First, I want to introduce you. So my name is Ken Vrimo. I'm hosting this call, all the way from Nigeria, and I'm an educator with an amazing company. Over the last 3 years, I came into this environment. I knew nothing about Forex. I actually knew nothing about, being the person that I am in this environment. I'm going to share a couple of things within the next short, moment. I'm just going to bring some of the product of our company. But I first want you to know, about this wonderful environment. I tell people, write this down. Wealth is an environment. And one of the things this company, the I Am Master Academy, has done is put an insight on how you can actually create multiple stream of income, all right, and move yourself from where you get to work for money, all right, and now you can make money work for you. There are just a group of individuals in the cash flow, environment that are actually taking advantage of making money work for them. And if you're here on this call, you're listening to this, or you're watching this training, and if you're that individual that you seek to actually be in an environment where you want to shift momentum, you want to shift the tables to not just working for money, like having a job, being among 95% of people who actually, stay in that environment of income where you stress yourself, put in a whole lot of time, put in a whole lot of hard work, a whole lot of, studies, get good grades, but at the same time, you're all working for money, you have a linear income, and you want to shift to where you're sitting down from the comfort of your idea, from the comfort of, taking advantage over, an investment, helping money, getting into spaces where you can make money work for you. All right. You want to be among true residual income, true passive income, through investing, being an entrepreneur. You want to make that decision. One of the things that our company have done is it's created, a leverage where you could take advantage of what is happening today All right. There are so many things you can take advantage of. We have, the foreign exchange, a market that is trading over $5.3 trillion every single day. Now, the unique thing about this market is that it helps you stay in an environment where you could earn money a day. All right. I need everybody to put earn a day. Okay. You're given that opportunity where how many of you spent money today? I just want to, there are certain kind of information that you're going to get that may shift the way you see what you've seen before. If you're on this call, you spent money today, all right? Or you're listening to this information, you've spent money today. Put some dollar signs on the chat, all right? Put some dollar signs on the chat. You've spent money today, put some dollar signs on the chat. It means the fact that you're watching this call, the fact that you're here on data, the fact that there's clothes on your body, or you're even sitting in the bed, or you're sitting somewhere right now, or you're in the car driving, you're fueling your car, your kids, you have kids, you're feeding, you spend money per day. Every single day we spend money. We are on a per second billing. Now, if you do not start asking yourself some certain level of questions, you're never really going to shift some certain level of financial shifts. How? I found out long ago, a couple of years ago, that there is a simple way you can create wealth. That wealth is a compound effect. Likewise, poverty. What you do consistently over a period of time is what either amounts to wealth or poor. Now, there is a simple formula that if you do not find 5 ways, or if you do not find a way to earn 5 times what you spend on a daily basis, don't knock on the door of success. Right? Don't think of knocking on the door of success. So if you're here, you spend money today and you haven't made money today, all right? Putting 0 on the chart. Let's just go over this idea, this thought. Put 0 on the chart. You spent money today, but you have 0 income today. You didn't make money today. Put 0 on the chart. I believe there are lots of you that will be listening to this call today, right? If you're not in the environment of, I know I'm going to be getting a lot of people that have not made income today, but they spent income. Now you do it today. You do it tomorrow. Do it next tomorrow. Do it multiple times a day. All right. What's going to amount over a period of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? You just see that your income is far lesser than your living expenses. And what happens is you get to struggle. How many of you are in that position where you don't want to live that kind of life? Put in some sevens on the chat. All right. The reason we're bringing this information to you is not just to sell you what works. It's not just to show to you, right, that we have, something that is good. No, you have to understand the problem to be able to apprehend the solution. A lot of people are living a life where, the living expense. So some people only earn to take care of life. All right. But if you really want to thrive, if you really want to live more than just surviving, you need to find a way to earn money a day. And what our environment gives is at least being in the financial market, being someone who's an expert or being someone who's involved in the financial market. I get to play like the banks. All right. They earn money every single day. 70% of the revenue in the bank comes from trading in the finance. So now you have an opportunity to earn in the world's largest market every single day, because this is the market that trades 5 days a week. All right. And we now have another space that we have a space where you could, even in the crypto market, where you could also earn 7 days a week. So what this company did was to bring to you education. I need everybody to put the word education on the chat. All right. Education. I'm not here to sell you anything outside of education. If you learn, you're going to earn. All right. So this company saw a problem that a lot of people are unlearned. This is a big environment. You hear the word Forex today, you go type it on Google. It's highly approached. Lots of people are involved in Forex, even if it's in a negative way, or even if it's in the wrong way. Many people want to earn money every single day. All right. This is a wide space, but many people are approaching it the wrong way. What this company did is, can we educate people properly from the basic, intermediate to the advanced way of making money in the financial market? All right. Where you're going to learn, all right, from 100, it's like going to school from 100 series to the I series, how to buy, what to buy, when to buy, how to open a broker, how to understand the movement of the market. How does the market work? Can I trade it? What time can I trade it? Everything you need to know about trading Forex, this company provided education. So now, what is this meant for? Who is it meant for? The one who's willing to learn and own the skill set of multiplying money in the financial market. That is what who this product sells to. All right. And we also have an education in the crypto space. These are beautiful environment in the crypto space. Today, the cryptocurrency environment has created the highest numbers of millionaires over the last decade. And what is about to do, what is even projected to do in the course of 5 years, it's going to be more than 100 times what it has done in the last 10 years. What does it mean? There are a lot of people who are talking about cryptocurrency today. There are a lot of people who are hearing about cryptocurrency today, but we have less people who are taking advantage of cryptocurrency. Do you want to be the hearer? Do you want to be the talker, or do you want to be the one who learns to earn? All right. If you're that person, this company provided a place where you could learn what is cryptocurrency, how do they help my living? What do I need to know about it? How can I take advantage of them? What are the types of cryptocurrency? How can I invest in them? How can I buy? How can I, mine? How can I stake? There are about 6 ways you can earn from cryptocurrency, but not everybody know. This is a money spinner. All right. This is a space, at least even without what it is I know today, this space got me to 6 figures in income in 2018. I didn't even know much. Now imagine what is going to happen to you when you now have proper knowledge. Okay. This company didn't leave this space in just, let's educate you, but rather they did something bigger. Aside educating you, giving you, the tutorials, the space where you could learn, they also give you an environment where you could become, because I tell people mentorship is the legal shortcut to success. If you really get an environment where you have access to the person who's already had the experience you want to experience. So some of you have not made 6 figures. Some of you have not even made 4 figures, 5 figures. Some of you want to learn a special skill, all right? But not until you start having access to individuals that has the experience and have the results, it's really going to be very difficult to make that shift. Can you guys hear me? Is my sound okay? I just want to know in the chat. Let me know if my sound is okay so far, right? Putting some 5 on the chat. Put some 5 in the chat. My sound is okay. Or no, everything good? All right, thank you. So what they did, and this is really what I saw that shifted me. Now I'll tell you, before I came into this space, I was the individual that don't want to hear about Forex. I thought it was complex. I thought it was hard to learn. I thought it was, you need a whole lot of money. You could lose a whole lot of money, and you don't really see people that have results. But with this environment, with our system, now you have people who have the result. The company provided over 200 qualified, experienced educators with actual results every day to mentor, to guide you, to train you on what it is to learn the skill on a day-to-day access. This is what I tell people. If you follow millionaires over a period of time, what's going to happen? You're going to learn what it is to become a millionaire. True or true? All right. That's what our environment did. When I came into this space, I had access to the skill set, but I placed more value in the mentorship. The fact that I can join someone who knows how to trade, teach me how to trade, and I see them make money in front of me, it encouraged me that I can make money. And guess what? Following them over a period of time, I started making money whilst I was learning the skill. And here we have access to over 200 educators that you can learn from. Then another thing the company also did, and while you're learning, you can actually earn. This is the part I really want to, maybe give you within the next few minutes. I want to show you products that can help you leverage and earn. I need you guys to put leverage and earn. So we live in a society today where people prize themselves as to be very busy. All right. There's no time. We're racing against time. A lot of people, they tell themselves, I need to find more ways to earn money. Okay. Yeah, I need to go to school, increase the degrees. But our company provided tools that can help work for you to earn money for you. How? There are tools that can literally, because of it, our algorithm, the way they were designed, they could go into the market, tell you when to buy the market, tell you when to sell. And all you just need to do is copy and paste, and you can make profits, all right, just by copying and paste. How many of you like that kind of, you could just spend few seconds, copy a message, put it in your broker, and you can earn money between 2 to 5% a day. How many of you are ready for that kind of lifestyle? All right, put in some 7s on the chart. I'm going to be going deep to showing you how you can, tap into these tools and you can earn money. Okay, let me just quickly hold on just a bit. So I'm going to be talking about some amazing tools in our company that members are really leveraging on. All right. So even if you're a busy professional, if you're someone who doesn't even have the time that much to, to consume, this education, but you just want to leverage, you have tools that can guide you, all right, that can help you make money while you learn. I love some certain, tools that has really helped the community, that anyone who's here today, whether you're a professional, whether you're a student, whether you're a nursing mother, you come in here and you're focused on learning the skill, but while you're learning the skill, you can earn. We have some amazing tools, all right? And, this in front of you right now is kind of like, how many of you want to be in charge? Put charge on the chart, okay? Everybody loves this. I see people who message me today. Do you have signals? Can I just get something that you send me the signals and I just copy and paste? Amazing. Yes, this company provided some amazing applications that you can download on your phone, and all you just need to do is copy and paste, and you can earn money. All right. And I'll be just taking a deep dive. So some of you just heard this information. You're asking, okay, what does it look like? How do you participate? What is the education like? This is it. So when I got started, I got exposed to a platform like this. All right, it's called the IAB Center, and what it really does is gives you everything I talked about are embedded in this website. So when you become a member, you're going to get access to this website, and you can start learning like I did. All right. Today, I'm one of the I'm actually the #1 student. All right, of the IAM Mastery Academy. I love to call myself that because the amazing result we've been able to create from learning in this environment has been remarkable. So just going to show you. So this is the academy. So you come in here, this is where you can access, as a new member, you can access this information. You could learn. So we have the Forex Academy, we have the HFX Academy. HFX simply means time-based trading. High frequency Forex is actually now time-based trading, where you could earn money literally by your own time choice. So you can say, I want to earn in 5 minutes. I want to earn in 10 minutes. I want to earn in 15. You can control how long you want to stay in the market to earn. All right. And it's a lot of people like it as against the normal Forex, where you don't determine the time you want to earn. You only take the trade and allow the trade to play out based on the location, the time, the destination. So you can't control time, but in HFX, you can actually control the time. That's why a lot of people love it. You hear the term earn money per time, earn money in minutes, earn money in hours. This is really what it's about. We have the cryptocurrency environment where you have the education to learn how cryptocurrency work, what are the different kind of cryptocurrency you can invest in. There we have the e-commerce education, right, where you could learn to set up a system to work from home. You could set up an e-commerce drop shipping where you could sell products that you don't manufacture. All right. We have platforms that are willing to deliver the product. All you just need to do is take advantage of their system, be someone who can, show other people where to buy a product, and you can earn money. All right. From simply setting up a platform. Just a moment. Give me a charger for the system. All right. So this is how to access it. So let me just look at the HFX. So when you get started, you're going to have access. And the beautiful thing about the product is I don't need to stop schooling. I really don't need to stop whatever I'm doing. I could just give it 30 minutes to 1 hour a day and study. All right. And within this period of 6 months to 18 months, I would have learned a skill that would replace any financial endeavor I'm going through. So if you get started, because a lot of people, I don't have time to learn Forex. No, you have a lot of time. All right. Some of you watch movies. So this is the course. When you get started, you click on the course. It's going to take you directly to, just a moment. So they are put in video format. Is it clicking? It's loading. Am I still here, or my network is playing on me? Let's connect. Can you guys still hear me? Put on the chat. Can you still hear me? All right, good. Okay, good. Let me take. Okay, I think it also what like pre-recorded video, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, But am I breaking? Hope I'm not breaking since it's telling me that. Let me stop this. Am I breaking? I'm clear. So all you need to do is what I tell people: just give it 30 minutes, 1 hour. They study this video. Each academy is not. It doesn't. All right, the network was playing on me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. I have to change that network because it was slowing down. All right. Okay, good. It's showing different now. All right, so how's it going, everyone? This is Ness. And over the next few videos, what we're going to do is we're going to cover exactly what Forex is all about, so that way you could truly master high frequency Forex later. So let's first talk about the evolution of money. So basically, you can see this is the rendering. All right, you just get exposed to. I'll professionally take you through. So it's not just talking; it's taking you through the illustration, the chart, everything you need to know from basic levels. So all you need to do is what is Forex, what is trading market, the time frames you can trade, everything we train you get to learn the theoretical aspect. What I tell people is, for every education, you need data, you need curriculum, you need manuals. All right. So when you go through these videos, you get the data, the terminologies, all right, how the market, or how to open a broker, how to practice a demo account, how to buy, how to sell. Everything is in here, the lot size, type of orders, everything you need to know about Forex from basic to intermediate to advanced level. All right, they are here. So the more you study them, the more you see them play out, the more you study them, the more you're going to get a hold of it over a period of time. Now, the beautiful aspect of our system is not just you getting exposed to that environment of education. Now you get access to educators that can train you on how you learn in this practical step. So I'm just going to hold on. And this is really the beautiful aspect of our system. Just a moment, please. Okay, so you come here, we have a go live system. And this is really where, there's a whole lot of value. I need everybody to put value on the chat. All right. So we have over 200 educators spanning over, so many languages, over so many continents in the world, over 120 countries, so depending on the area, the geographical area, the language that is spoken, we've covered some ground. All right. And here we have top 5 featured, educators and the platform that gives value. I have over 200, So the reason I said I'm actually the #1 student of the IAB Academy. I knew nothing about Forex. I came in 3 years ago. Everything we're showing you today that we're willing to guide you to learn, I was guided and I learned. Today, I'm educating thousands of people all over the world. If you think that's value, I'm #1 proof that this works. All right. Today's changed the cost of our income. We've gone forth to help thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, all right, to create a different kind of life, a different kind of income, as long as they are willing to learn the skill, all right? So we have different educators cutting across HFX, Swipe Coin, which is cryptocurrency, even the Forex education, and all you just need to do is apply yourself. You're going to learn the steps to taking advantage of all of these beautiful things, all of these beautiful products. All right. One unique thing that I want to show you guys is our arsenal of money. Put money on the chart. All right. Put money on the chart. So we teach you, we don't just give you the education, we guide you every day on how to learn and also earn. So in our sessions, you're going to witness how we trade. So today is education day. You're going to witness how we train our students and how they get to earn participating in our live session. All right. I'm just taking you guys through, how. So when you hear us say some things, talk about some of the products, you're not going to be, I'm lost, in case you are a guest or this is new to you. But I want to show you really where the money lies, where you could leverage and how you can also earn. So the company created an arsenal of tools, strategies, all right, that, you can use. And while you're learning the skill, you can earn. So here we have our weapons. We call them weapons. They are tools, and they work in for different strategies for different kind of earning, different kind of people, different kind of timeline. All right. So from the Forex, we have the HFX, we have the cryptocurrency, we have the ECX, we have what? The IBU. Now let me just make something very simple. All right. Some of you would like, how many of you would like an opportunity where you have a tool go into the market, has a 75 to a 95% accuracy of picking what currency to buy? All right. So as long as you've learned how to buy, it will tell you what currency to buy, what is the time frame, all right, for you to buy. Like, what is the time frame you should look at? Is it a short term? Is it a long term trade? Is it a swing trade? It means is a daily trade. It's going to tell you, and it's going to tell you what your risk and your potential profit should look like. How many of you would like that kind of messenger? All right, put in some 7 on the chart. Okay, so in the Forex market, we have some of them. So we have the Harmonic Scanner. This is one of the flagship product of the company that it's really taking the company to where it is today. And in case some of you don't know, all right, in 2020, this company was actually all right, the #1 educational platform in the whole universe when it comes to the financial market. So you are getting exposed to one beautiful thing. So this is a tool. It's called the Harmonic Scanner. The chart is what's happening, guys. All right, what since you get, because you guys have made, because we have too many students that have made, so they used to making money so much, they don't want to show people how excited the life like this is. All right. So guess what? This is a tool. It's called the Harmonic Scanner. What it does is it tells you when to enter the market. All right. Where is the buy? So this market is for a buy. All right. This green represents a buy. This represents idea goal. It means take profits, where you could set your potential profit area 1, 2, 3. And it also gives you where should be your invalidation area. It means if you get into the market here, the market exceeds this environment, let the market. That is what you're willing to give for what you want to make should be this should be your risk. How many of you love a messenger like this? Right? So this is a new trade that is waiting to be executed. It's called out a trade right now, an idea that if the market gets here, you should pick a buy. All right, that's a potential buy area. Okay, and you can set a potential take profit area, profit zone. You can either use any of this. So the moment you get your broker, you set this trade, you're done. You don't even have to watch the trade. So let me give you a preview of what has happened for several trades that I've done. Okay, so this trade, look at this trade. It was called early hours of the day. All right, look, it got to the entry, and the trade so far has gone. You're going to be hearing some terminology. It's done about 100. This is a long-term trade. The trade has done over 118 pips. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just got this idea, you had the Harmonic Scanner, and you took this trade at this entry, and you said this as a take profit, guess what? I'm not too greedy. If I see 50 pips, that's 5% a day, all right, on the minimum loss side. So we have 3 types of loss side. It means someone who's using the smallest loss side would have made about what? 5% already. 0.01 is what? A $5, all right, on 0.0. So if you have $100 account, you have made $5. If you have a $1,000 account, you have made $50. If you have a $10,000 account, depending on the loss side, they have made at least a minimum of $500. How many hours? Just less than a day. How many of you think that's amazing? You have a tool that tells you when to buy and sell. So this is it. It goes so many ideas. Look at this. This was called, all right, this is still the hours of today. All right, EU was called for a sell. All right, guess what? It's don't take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. Only if you had access. Some of you would have done what? Even way more than 5%. This is amazing. All right, so this is how they work. This is one of them. All right, we have several of them. We have the vibrator, we have gold cup, we have levels, we have people, we have steady. This is one of my, I love this a lot. This is good for people who are on, they are mad. They don't want to lose too much for what they want to gain. It manages a whole lot of risk. You could put in 20% and you gain times 12. It's good. All right, steady. We're going to take our time to talk more on this. All right, I just wanted to give you guys a preview of what our tools are for. If you come on the HFX, we have the hourglass, a trading machine. This is kind of like an ATM machine. I hope my network is not sucking on me. Hold on, guys. tools. I love the hourglass. We have the simple scalper. We have someone who's here on the call is going to teach you on how to use the simple scalper. We're going to be learning on how you can take advantage of these tools individually. All right. But first off, how many of you have gotten value from what it is that I've showed you? So I could go on and on in these tools. But one of the things is, it's not about bringing in value. It's not about weighing the value. Have you guys seen value in this space already? Put some values on the chart. All right. So we have over 40 tools that you guys can use. This is what we use to help our students make money every single day while they learn. So they come in here with, this is time-based trading. It means you could decide, unlike Forex where you have to go 2 piece, you saw that over a couple of hours. Here you could say 5 minutes. This tells you when to sell, when to buy. In 5 minutes, you're out of the market. All right. 70% of what it is you put in, you're going to learn how this works. It's so amazing. But I want to know, let me take a recap. Let me take it back a little bit. You're here on this call. You've seen value. All right. That is what changing the course of your life. You give it time, you learn this value. Something is going to shift in your finances within a space of 6 months to 18 months. You're here on this call. All right. I needed to put some conventional 5s on the chart. All right. 5s. So that's what the IAM Academy gives you, a 3-phase environment where you learn the skill set, you follow through mentorship, you have access to softwares that make the journey of you learning and earning quite easy. Right. And it's such a privilege that I have some co-educators on this call. So first off, let me see. All right. So on the menu, I'm going to be bringing so you guys heard you heard them yesterday. These are individuals that have gone forth to learn the skill, put in time, invested time. They've gone from sophomore, now they are a little bit in the advanced senior, where they've really had much result. But the beautiful thing about them is they didn't have the result in their corner. They decided to impact, all right? They decided to help other people, make it easy. So the journey was tough. But right now, the journey doesn't have to be tough for you, because you can be guided just the same way I was guided. But sometimes we want to rewrite the wheel, all right? And we fall into a place where things could be tough. But now when you follow through the path of leadership, mentorship, you only duplicate what it is you see in front of you. It's going to be easy for you to have the success. So I contacted these individuals. They decided to come here and add value. So I have on this call right now, my brother, my friend, Joey Pimentel is someone he's an educator. He's taking value from this company. He's made his mistake. He's been able to create multiple 6-7 figure income through this environment. And he's helping thousands of people all over the world as an educator on this platform. All right. Now, in case you guys don't know, let me take it back a little bit so that you know who wants to talk to you right now. All right. He's someone who has, great. So let me pull this up quickly. Why is this taking our time to load? So in our HFX Academy, we have several educators. All right. So he's one of the newest educators in our platform. So you click on HFX right now. All right. The amazing man. So put in some. So you see this individual here. All right. This is Joey. He's one of the newest HFX educator in our platform, and he's here on this call. He made a decision to join us and bring value. So put in some 7s on the chart, put in some 7s on the chart, and let me welcome my brother, my friend, Joey Pimentel. Are you there on the call, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, my brother. How you doing?
I'm excellent. I'm great.
All right. All right. So family, thank you for tuning in. Kimberly, once again, I'm happy and blessed to be here with you once again, brother. I just, wanted to hop on here, give you guys, some value. Like some of you guys already know my story. My name is Joey P. I currently live in Miami, Florida. I've been doing this for several years now. When I started doing this, I didn't know, just like some of you guys might feel like I didn't know what was what. I didn't know, what was good for what was right from wrong. And I just was eager to learn. So today I'm going to go over some of the information that I've been able to learn and master. And some of this information on how to use this strategy has taken me to the next level as far as, my life, monetarily, spiritually, emotionally, has been to transform. I have been able to transform my life in a whole different way. So this is the bread and butter. I always say, and I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see it. We're going to, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to go ahead and give you this value, because once you understand this is the cheat code to everything that we do, right? If you understand the strategies, it's kind of like, I usually tell my students this. If we're going to make a strawberry cake, right? First and foremost, I like to know what are the ingredients for that strawberry cake, so I can predict how that strawberry cake is going to finish or is going to end up at the end, right? What the finished product is going to be, what it's supposed to taste like, what it's supposed to look like, right? I want to make sure that every single ingredient that's going into, I understand what is every single ingredient component that's going into that cake. Now, when it comes to these strategies, it's no different, right? When I look at a strategy, the first thing I do is try to break the strategy apart to then put it back together like a puzzle, right? Once I break it apart, I understand how every single part is supposed to operate. Then I could put it all together and make sense of it for once and for all. So that's what I've been able to do over time with these strategies. So if you're a member of IAB Mastery Academy, like Cambridge said, you get access to all this amazing platform, and you get access to what we call the Liberty app, right? Which is one of the apps that we have. We have several apps that are composed of several strategies, but the Liberty app is one of the ones that I dominate the most, because there's two of my favorite strategies are located within this app, which is the Simple Scalper and the Web Slinger, right? Now, the Simple Scalper strategy, there's two versions of it. I usually resort to using the OG version of the Simple Scalper, and I actually made, some corrections to it, or some customizations to it, right? And it looks like this, right? There's a lot of moving parts here, and you see a lot of lines. You see these boxes, blue and red boxes. These represent where the price is at. But if you really pay attention to the things that matter when you're looking at this strategy, and you're able to make sense of every single line that's on this strategy, then you could really pick the market apart, like I've been able to do over the last 3.5 years, right? So I'm gonna break this down as soon as, as quick as possible. But first and foremost, I wanted to, like I said, talking about the ingredients, I want to make sure that you guys understand what is every single ingredient that's going into this strategy. So we're going to decode this strategy, or debunk this strategy, one ingredient or one component at a time. So we're talking about the Simple Scalper, right? Which is a strategy that's used for consolidated market. Now, consolidated markets, right? And when I say that, I say it because the first thing you got to do when you're looking at a strategy, right, or anything when it comes to trading, you have to make sure that you understand what it is that what type of market you're operating in, right? It's kind of like going to the gym, right, and having a plan of what you're going to operate, or what type of workout you're going to do. There's different type of workouts, right? If you want to put on mass, if you want to just become more fit, if you want to, you would focus on doing more cardio. So you have to identify what type of market it is that you're going to operate in. So first and foremost, I'm going to show you what a consolidated market looks like, and then we're going to get into why this is good for a consolidated market. So a consolidated market, it will be something that shows or looks like this, right? The market is moving on waves and is hitting highs and lows, and you're able to quickly identify those highs and lows, right? If you drew a line at the top and at the bottom, this will be our ceiling, right? Which is also called our resistance. And this bottom line here will be considered our floor, which is also called our support, right? Now our job, I want to see, okay, we can make these black. Our job is to identify, right? To identify what type of market, first and foremost, we're operating in. And second of all, our job is to identify what are the highs and lows. So this is no different. Trading is no different than the real estate market, right? We're going to sell high, right? We're going to buy low, right? Just like the real estate market, we're going to sell high, we're going to buy low. So when you see something like this, we're getting to a ceiling, right, or to a resistance, then we're going to be looking to identify for some sale positions, right? Once you're able to make sense of this and train your eyes to look at the right things, you can make tons and tons and tons of money in the market, right? And this will happen repeatedly, time after time after time after time again, but you have to train your eyes to look at the right things in order for you to make sense of this. So now we're going to keep on breaking down what is the simple scalper made out of, right? So the first thing that I identify when I look at the simple scalper is what we called the Bollinger Bands, right? And if you know anything about anything, Bollinger Bands, in simple words, they're like rubber bands, right? So Bollinger Bands, they're gonna be red at the top, black in the middle, blue at the bottom, right? So the Bollinger Bands are simply these bands right here, right? You see that red band, the black band, and the blue band, right? If I happen to see the market, or that's illustrated by the candlesticks, the blue and red candlesticks, happens to be pierced at the red candlestick, at the red Bollinger Band, then I'm looking to identify sell scenarios, right? If I happen to see a blue Bollinger Band be pierced, then I'm looking for buying scenarios, and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing that I want to identify, so that way I can train my eyes to look at these indicators one by one, right? So the next indicator that I see, or that I should be looking for, is what we call the EMA 200, right? The EMA 200 is also referred as the super trend, right? And that's purple line. Now, what we refer to as the EMA 200 is, one trick I'm going to give you, and you want to write this down, right? When you will look for the EMA 200, which is this purple line right here, guys, plain and simple. Look, this purple line right here, we're going to make this a fuchsia color or pink or whatever that color is. But when you look for that EMA 200, right? If the EMA 200, write this down word for word. If the EMA 200 is below the candlestick formation, we should be looking for an uptrend on that correlates to an uptrend, right? So in this case, if I zoom out, you can clearly see that ever since that EMA 200 came below the candlestick formation, where did the market went? The market went from here to here. So we're going to do this together as a team, right? So let's just measure this up. See how many micro pips the market has grown ever since. So there's 3,000, almost 3,200 micro pips to the north, right? We're uptrending because the EMA 200 is below the candlestick formation. Now, the complete opposite is going to happen if the EMA 200 happens to be above our candlestick formation. Actually, you can see over here, the EMA 200 crossed the formation, right? And I'm going to zoom this in so you guys can see this, right? The EMA crossed the formation right here. And all of a sudden, we started downtrending. Look, we found the downtrend, and we actually downtrending for 890 points. So if the EMA 200 is below the candlestick formation, right, we should be looking or identifying buys scenarios or uptrends, right? If the EMA 200 is above the candlestick, we should be looking for sell scenarios or downtrends, okay? So the third indicator that I usually look at is what we call the RSI meter, right? The RSI meter pretty much tells you how many, in simple words, what it tells you is how many buyers and sellers are in the market and how many people bought or sold the actual product. So the currency, it can go in two different states, right? It could go into an overbought state, which means that too many people bought the currency at one point and it cost the price to rise up, right? But as you know, everything that goes up must come down, right? Everything that goes up must come down. Now, there's another state when the currency, too many people sold the currency all at once, right? And it goes into an oversold state, right? I'm going to illustrate that for you in just a second. But we also have the stochastic that's very similar. It's also called a stochastic meter or a stochastic oscillator. It's very similar, but they move at different speeds. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call my RSI, right? Boom. This is my RSI right here. Boom. Between these red dash line and this blue dash line, this is my RSI. I usually make it a little darker or a little thicker than the stochastic, so that way I could differentiate which one is which. The RSI moves at a faster speed than the stochastic does, right? That's just the way it goes. It moves at a faster speed. So sometimes you're going to see it break out of formation much faster and much sooner than the stochastic would. But every time you see something like this, right? If the black line pierces that red line at the top, that means we went into an overbought state. Too many people bought it. Therefore, at some point, somehow, the bubble is going to crash. It's going to burst, right? So overbought means that we're going to be identifying sales, right? So this is an overbought state. Now, the same thing can happen at the bottom, but is the complete opposite. Now we're in an oversold state. Right? And when we're oversold, we're simply going to be looking to identify buys. Okay, so I'm going to make this a blue scenario right here. So this is our oversold state at the bottom. If we cross that blue line, overbought if we cross the red line. And the same thing happens for the stochastic. It's the same exact thing. It will just move at a different speed, right? So that's pretty much what we have so far. Now, let's keep on moving because there are two more indicators here, and there's a bonus indicator that I use from time to time. But the next indicator that we have is what we call the Parabolic SAR Dots. Okay. Parabolic SAR Dots. Boom. Now, and last but not least, we have what we call the volume bars. Okay. Now, these parabolic SAR dots, if you guys want to take some notes, you can take this and write this down as such. They work exactly how the EMA 200 does, right? So if the parabolic SAR dots are below the candlestick formation, you should anticipate an uptrend. As you can see right here, we have the parabolic SAR dots position below the candlesticks, and you see the market going up, right? Anytime you see the opposite, you're going to see obviously the complete opposite, right? If the parabolic SAR dots are positioned above the candlesticks, you can see a downtrend, as you can clearly see right there, right? So now that we know what our ingredients are, I'm going to give you my last bonus item, which is what I called, or what, not I call, but, everybody calls it currency strength meter. Now, your job is to identify 3 to 4. If you're a beginner, I want you to identify 4 indicators in the same direction, right? Once you get a little more advanced, you could drop that down to 3 because you're going to be able to react much faster, much sooner to market conditions. So if you see 4 confirmations in the same direction, you should be able to find a position or a position that's good for you to get into the market. So the first thing I want to look at, I found my first scenario, and I want to just illustrate it here. I'm going to put a vertical line right here, guys, so you guys can see it. I'm going to make this black, and I'm also going to make this a dashed line a little thicker so you guys can see it. Boom. Right? Now, where you see this vertical line, you can clearly see that over here we had a red candlestick that pierced our blue Bollinger Band. That's my indicator number 1, right? That we might be onto something here. I'm already starting to think. If I see that blue Bollinger Band being pierced, I put a 1. Mentally, I make a 1 or a note of a 1 because I see that we're outside of price range, and whatever goes outside of the price range, write this down. These candlesticks that you see here, right? 90% of the time, they want to be within the red and the blue line. They don't want to be outside. So there's only a 10% margin that they're going to be outside. 90% of the time, they want to be within the red and the blue. So when we see it outside, what we can expect is that it's going to go back into price range. Pretty simple, right? So we got 1 indicator. I'm already thinking buy. Why? Because we had a red candlestick pierce that blue Bollinger Band, price is out of range, right? The next thing I would look for is where is my EMA 200 located at? And as you can see, our EMA 200 is located below our candlestick formation. So automatically I'm making another mental note. This is going to be a 2, right? So 2 confirmations in the same direction, up and for they're lining up for buy or upwards or uptrend direction, right? Now I will look and move fast, really fast to the RSI and say, look, where's the black line? Are we below that blue Bollinger Band? And are we oversold? And we are, if we're oversold, like in this scenario, then I'm going to mentally put a number 3 as my third confirmation right here. All right. So we got 3 confirmations for the buy. So far, so good. If you're a more experienced trader, you can more than likely take this trade with 3 confirmations. If you're a beginner type of trader, you're just getting your feet wet with this, I want you to get at least 4 confirmations. Now, you're going to go to our stochastic right here, right? And if the RSI is overbought, more than likely the stochastic should be getting overbought, or it should be overbought at the same time. It just moves a little slower than the RSI does. Now, if I happen to see the black line below the blue line, I'm going to make my mental note for the 4th confirmation. So far, we have 4 confirmations in the upwards direction, right? Now, we're looking here at NCD CAD on, I mean, this is USD JPY on the hourly, on the hour time frame. Now, I'm going to show you what I do, okay? Now, there are 2 other indicators here, right? We have the Parabolic SAR Dots, which at the time, we have them above the candlestick formation, which means that's going or lining up against our trend, against our trade. So I will mentally put a -1 here, illustrating that we have 1 indicator against us. And I would look at these volume bars and say, okay, cool. If I'm going to get into this position, right, I want to see some big blue volume bars come out of this indicator right here. The bigger the bar, the more volume that is being, the more positive or bullish volume that's being traded. So I would get into this position at the end of this red candlestick, at the beginning of this candlestick, and I'm gonna show you why and how, why I would get into that position, and for how long I'm gonna get into that position. Okay. Now, so far, so good. We got 4 confirmations for the buy. We got 1 against us, and this one I'm not counting yet because I haven't gotten into the trade. But once I get into the trade, I can clearly see that this is our 5th confirmation right here. So I'm going to put a mental note right here. We got our number 5, right? It looks like a 5. It doesn't look like a 5, but there we go. Boom. Number 5. Okay. Now, boom. We got 5 confirmations. I'm excited right now because this is a point where you have to strike, right? It's kind of like a lot of people think that this is, aim and shoot. And a lot of times you're going to do you're going to shoot before you aim, right? You're going to look at this and you're going to strike, but I'm going a mile a minute, right? And you're going to train yourself to look at this, how I look at it. And the more you see it, the more the more familiar you're going to get with it. But once I have 5 confirmations, there's nothing for me to ask. I would look at this just to see if this lines up with my confirmation. Now, if you're trading a currency pair, there's 2 things, and I want you to write this down. When you're trading a currency pair, right, there's 2 different currencies being traded. In this case, we're trading USD JPY against the USD against the JPY. The first currency is the USD, right? The second currency is the JPY. The first currency, write this down, is referred to as the base currency. So in this case, the USD is our base currency, right? The JPY is referred to as our quote currency. That's the currency that fluctuates. Depending on that fluctuation, we're going to get, that's what's going to determine the price of the currency price, the currency pair, right? So for example, if I was going to the Dominican Republic, which I love going to, right? And I take $1,000 into the Dominican Republic, and they have over there, they don't have dollars, they have the Dominican peso. My base currency is my $1,000. I'm taking $1,000 with me. If If I go to the Dominican Republic and I want to exchange that $1,000 for a certain amount of Dominican pesos, based on how much money or how much the Dominican peso is trading at, I would get either a lot of Dominican pesos or a little less Dominican pesos according to the price, right? So the one that changes the currency price is the quote currency, which is the second one. But in this case, the way you look at this is as such, right? If you're trading USD JPY, you just want the USD JPY. If you're going for a buy, you just want the USD to be stronger than the JPY. So in this case, I'm going to refresh this. Our USD has 4 bars. The JPY has 2 bars, right? So in this case, we have our 6 confirmation for a buy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to strike that trade right here at this line. And I'm going to illustrate that with a horizontal line. And we're almost done here, guys. I just want to make sure that you guys get this picture, mental picture here. Boom, right? I'm going to bring this down here so you guys can take pictures. So I would strike that price or that trade or that position right there. And I'm going to, this is my golden rule. And I want you to write this down, guys. This is the golden rule. Whatever time frame I'm looking at, I have a 3 candlestick rule. Right? That means if I'm looking at a 1 hour time frame, I'm going to multiply that times 3. That's going to give you your trade time. So we're going to do a 3-hour trade. And this works with any currency that you're operating or any time frame. I would go as low as 5 minutes and do 15-minute trades. If you're doing 5 minutes, 5 times 3 is 15. Obviously, that's going to be your time trade, your time for your trade. If you're doing 15, if you're looking or analyzing this on a 15-minute chart, then you're going to do a 45-minute position because 15 times 3 is 45. Plain and simple. We have 5 confirmations for the buy. Look what happens, and look how beautiful this thing is, right? I'm going to bring my ruler out. If we get into this trade right here, we go for 1 candlestick, 2 candlesticks. We end up this trade 131 points, 131 points in the profit. Let me see here. There you go. 131 points in the profit. You're gone, right? You can literally put this position and go do whatever it is that you got to do and know that the position is going to hit. That's why my heart doesn't beat out of my chest when I place a position, because I know that I'm trading a setup. As soon as I get my confirmations, I strike, boom, let it do what it has to do. The market has to react the way it has to react. 9 times out of 10, this is going to go your way. Okay? So this is why this is so beautiful, right? And this is why this is the bread and butter. If you get to master this, you can make tons and tons of money in the market. Now, the sale, it would be the complete opposite, but this is a perfect scenario for a buy. 6 confirmations out of 7 confirmations, 7 total confirmations. That means that we have 6 confirmations in favor for the buy, 1 confirmation in not in favor for the buy. So we're going to go with this position or this trade every single time. All right. So with that being said, guys, I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to pass it back to my brother Cambry. I hope this was helpful. I hope you got the picture, the illustration picture. If you want to take some pictures of this indicators right here, and go and study these indicators one by one so you understand how they actually work by themselves, so you can really understand how they work together. So this is pretty much what I call a slam dunk of a trade. 6 or 7 confirmations. You can literally place the trade, go to sleep, and wake up, and you know you're going to be in profit. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys can use this information and take it to the next level.
You guys put some loves on the chat. If any one of you got value from that, you know, this is almost like a makeup class, you know, when they set you up, put all the beautiful things in your face, and they just put you on the spotlight, you know, for a Grammy award, you know, that is really just what happened. I'm so great. How many of you got value? Let us know you got value on the chat. This is the Simple Scalper, you know, it's a tool. So some of you heard about the 3-candle rule. Some of you got beautiful interpretation to the RSI and the stochastic. Now, this is more or less of you controlling your, you know, the palpitations. You don't want to all this 2, 3, 2. No. You're going 3-candle rule. You go for 1 hour, 3-candle rule, 3 hours. It means you could take a trade and you go.
you take a trade on your lunch break and you go back after work, you know that your trade is done. You know, so this is the beauty of it. And one thing you just do, just go over his classes, done some of these trainings over and over again. Some of you are going to get value. All right, you going over the training. I tell people repetition is the deal. Now I have my brother. I just have a few minutes. All right, I'm going to bring my brother J.A. Ward. He's been on this. I don't know if he's still on. He had a training. He has to jump on, but I just quickly want to, you know, bring him on right now. If you're on, jump on and tell us about the, you know what they say, the trend trap. Are you on, bro? Are you on? Are you on?
Let's go. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
If everyone can hear me, go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the chat for my man, Joey P. Joey P in the building. As you guys don't know, Joey P comes from the blocks and the streets of New York City. He just got us a training on the simple scalper. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to go to Nigeria, and I want to go ahead and walk you guys through a little bit of how I'm trading when it comes to binary options, time-based trades, breakout, trend-following strategy, because the amount of feedback that I've been getting from the field has been astronomical. I was just at March Madness, and people were coming up to me, you know, just telling me things that honestly just made me have the biggest smile on my face. And Kenvry, I'm sure you get it all the time because your double blessing strategy is like a blessing for real. And I'm sure you get it all the time. People reaching out to you, telling you, bro, I was able to do this. And you're like, what? You're better than me, right? And that's the whole goal, is for the mentee to surpass the mentor. And hopefully one of you guys are going to be better than me at this strategy after I share it with you here today. So Joey P went over a great consolidation strategy, right? When the markets are ranging side to side. Now we know that the markets have 3 different types of phases. So before I share my screen, I want to know who's been through the academy. What are the 3 different types of phases that the market can go through? We have consolidating. We know this. Joey shared it with us. We have uptrending and downtrending, right? Uptrend, downtrend, and consolidating. So one of my favorite pairs to trade is actually called, USD JPY. I'm gonna go ahead and log into my Liberty scanner because I pair this strategy alongside with the web slinger. All right. So Joey P went over simple scalper. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the web slinger. I want everyone to follow along really quick and go to USD JPY on the web slinger. You guys can just type exactly over the chart. Just type in any pair you want, USD JPY. And I stick to the Oanda price feed. And I want you guys to look at this on the hourly time frame. Wow. So as you guys can tell, simple scalper is amazing. But what happens when the market is consistently breaking through these resistance? Our goal here as part of our education team is to train you for all market conditions. Sometimes the markets are going to change. And times where we have resistance, like I just pointed to above with the right pencil or the red pencil, resistance is broken through to the upside. And now we enter what's called a trending market. My goal is to show you guys how to trade a trending market with accuracy and precision. And so that way you can get in the same trade over and over and over again. Go ahead and drop some 333s in the chat. If you want to learn how to ride the waves of the market, right? You want to learn how to ride the waves of the market. I don't know where you're from. You might be in Lagos. You might be in Abuja. You might be in Port Harcourt. I don't know where you're from. You might be in Ghana, right? You might be far from the beach. You might be close to the beach. Doesn't matter, because with Trend Trap, you're going to be able to surf the waves of the market. So I want to show you guys how to exactly do that. The first thing that we do is we go over to our chart on TradingView because we want to practice a little bit of market structure. We want to use the strategy inside of the platform to give us more accuracy for what we already see. The first part of Trend Trap, I'm going to write the instructions out here, but the first part of Trend Trap is to identify the overall market condition. What is the market direction on the daily? Step 2 is we want to draw an S&R rectangle on the 4-hour. We want to look at a counter trend line on the 1 hour and below. We want to look for an M or W, and this is where it gets really fun. We want to wait for that action arrow. So 5 steps. That's it. 5 steps. Can everyone remember those 5 steps? Go ahead and drop a 111 in the chat If you can remember those 5 steps easily: market direction on the daily, S&R rectangle on the 4-hour, counter trend line on the 1-hour or below. We're looking for an M or W and then an action arrow. So let's go ahead and look at this played out. Well, the first thing that we're doing on USD JPY is identifying overall market direction. I'm going to go ahead and make a blue trend line here. My goal is to have 1 and 2 touches to a trend line or more, 3 to confirm it, and anything after that breaks it down. All right. So make sure you pay attention. How many touches? Too many people draw trend lines like this. You can't draw a trend line without it touching anything just because you think it's going to touch here. And you can't draw a trend line that's going through the market candles. We want to have precision. If I'm looking at an uptrend, I'm going to the green candles. Step 2 is I go to the 4-hour chart and I look for previous resistance that is bound to turn support. All right. Now, an example that we gave out last week, we played this entire move. Every single one of these breakouts to the upside was played on our sessions because we had one setup and that same setup kept doing it over and over and over again. So I want you guys to pay attention. We're going to switch this to a line chart and we're just going to take a look at this for a second with our bare eyes. And what I want you to look for with your eyes, it's all about training your eyes to see these patterns, is picture an imaginary horizontal line. And what we're looking for is we're looking for valleys and peaks multiple times. So when I'm looking at the market bear, I'm using this imaginary horizontal line and I'm scanning where the market is touching from the top and the bottom. Here's a great example. The market touched from the top, it touched from the top, it touched from the top, right? And then we had the same thing from the bottom, here and here. Go ahead and drop some 222s in the chat. That makes sense. We have a resistance, turn, support. Resistance, turn, support. Resistance, turn, support. Once we have a resistance, turn, support marked up, and now we start training our mind, we can immediately start seeing a bunch of them. I could see it here. Right? Where we see resistance, start training your eyes to see these patterns. Things start to get fun. And then turned, what? Support, 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 and then breakout. So when we're looking at this, ladies and gentlemen, all we're doing is we're looking for resistance and support to turn. Now, I'm not going to mark up a bunch of them. All I'm going to do is relative to current price. So one of them that we played off of multiple times was this right here. That's when we go over to a 1-hour chart and we go to step 3. Anyone remember what step 3 is? Let's go back really quick. Step 3 is a counter trend line. If our dominant trend is going up, if our dominant market conditions are going up, are we looking for any sells? Are we looking for any puts? Using the trend trap strategy, do we ever trade against the trend? If I see you in the trend trapping streets, taking counter trend trades, you're getting taken out. All the trend trappers around the world are coming for you because you never trade against the trend. That is like the rule of all rules. Now, are there counter trend trading strategies that work? Absolutely. That's not what we're doing here, though. My goal is to make sure that every single odd, we know that trading is all about what? Probability. It's not based on luck, not based on predicting the market. It's based on probabilistic risk. The more probability I have of a trade, and the less risk I have, the better trade it is, period. The more things I have tell me that the market's going in the same direction, called confluence, meaning all of these 5 steps are like little clues. I want to think sometimes like I'm the judge sitting there in court, and I have in my head 2 voices telling me what the market's going up or the market's going down. Whatever voice has more clues, whatever voice has more hints that the market's going up or down, that's the truth, right? It's guilty. The market's guilty. It's going up. So I look at it here and I say, okay, 1, market condition on the daily is going up. Step 2, I go to the 4-hour chart and I look and I say, okay, well, I have this line here that the market keeps touching. It was resistance, now support. Now my third step, sorry about that. My third step is a counter trend line. Counter trend line is a trend line in the opposite direction of the trend. If my dominating trend is going up, then my counter trend line is tracking the correction moves, the retracement moves in the market. It's at the break of that counter trend line, ladies and gentlemen. Right here with the big arrow is when now we're looking for our trade. Can anyone see what letter that the market is making at this level of support? We use M's and W's, don't we? Let's make sense of this. An M is during a downtrend and a W is during an uptrend. Let's go back to the 4-hour here.
So what's your goal with this, bro?
Look at this giant W showing us. We always look for the trade at the second leg of the W breakout. Right here is now when I go over to my Liberty scanner and I just wait for the action arrow. And I can do this over and over and over again. Look how many trades we have, guys. We broke out of this. Now this resistance became support. Look, counter trend line. Go to even a lower time frame. What letter is that inside of the line? What letter? Right? So you guys can start seeing this over and over and over again. How many trading setups, now that I've showed you Trade Trap, do you see on this uptrending market? Every time it goes down, boom. Every time it goes down, boom. Every time we have a retracement move, the market gives us a new opportunity to buy. But my question is, ladies and gentlemen, are you going to have the patience to go over here and wait for this action arrow? Here, it broke through. Are you going to have the patience? Here, it broke through. This is when we look over to our Liberty scanner and we say, hey, we have that action arrow. Now we go over. So let's look at current price and what it's doing as I go ahead and wrap this up. The most recent breakout was here. We had our support already lined up, trend line. We have an ugly W, not really too much of a W here, but anything after it broke this counter trend line and we get an up arrow on Liberty, we're good. Guys, this whole entire move, we could have rode it up. This whole entire move, because resistance kept on becoming support. Look, you don't believe me, look. Resistance. As soon as it became support, I'm looking over to Liberty right here, boom, right here. And I'm saying, okay, give me those signals. Give me my money. Take me to the bank. Let me trap the trend. Drop some 222s in the chat if this is starting to make sense. Wow. 5 steps to trend trap. So a great example I sent out yesterday that we worked on together was AUD USD and also GBP USD. I want to show you guys something. Let's go through this again on this chart. I'm going to go ahead and hide my markups. What direction is GBP USD going in? Is it going up or is it going down?
We shop anywhere in the world.
Wow, wow, wow. Too many twos. Amazing. It's going down. Everyone drop down in the chat. Not for me, but for you. When you repeat it, it's going to stick in your mind. All right, down. So immediately, what are we looking for? Puts or calls? Puts. So let me show my markup. Boom. Looking down. 4-hour chart. What did I notice? Look at this. Look at this. Support. It's like stupid. It's like really, it's stupid how simple. Look. Support. We waited for it to what? Turn to resistance here. What letter are we looking for at the top? M. Did we get an M? Does everyone see the M? McDonald's? Yes. I can draw a counter trend line from my green wicks. Yes. Go to 15-minute. Let's look closer. When we broke here and we got the downwards arrow on Liberty, once we're up here and we got any downwards arrow on Liberty, guys, we have a trade. Now, the secret to all of this is how we take these trades. I don't know where you're at in the world right now, but it doesn't matter if you're using IQ options or Nadex or whatever. The secret is we want to let the trade run. So as soon as we went over to Liberty and we went to GBP USD, and this was the trade right here. Look, this is when it gave us the downwards arrow. We're going to give it 6 candlesticks on a 1-hour trade. That's a 1-hour chart. That's 6 hours. We're letting our trades run. I want to be in profits, far in profit. How many of you guys don't want to wait anymore to last minute with your heart racing, staring at the screen, waiting for your trade to clear, right? You just want to look at it and say, man, I am so in profit. This is like a joke, right? This is like a joke. I'm so in profit. There's no way the market can spike me out because I just knew ahead of time. Let's count. How many candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would have cleared this trade over 58 pips in profit. That's 580 points 6 hours later. You wouldn't have been able to even see your entry on the screen.
That's crazy, bro. That's like me,
right? And that's the goal here with Trend Trap. Just ride the waves of the market, ladies and gentlemen. You can catch more info on my favorited sessions here. I have Trend Trap for beginners, charting for Trend Trap, Web Slinger in-depth overview, all here for you guys. We can't wait to come to Nigeria. We're bringing the best of us, Joey, myself, Ness, Daniel Lopez. I mean, literally, we're about to take over. Kenvry, back to you, my brother. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Wow. This is insane. I don't know what you guys are doing right about now, but put TT on the chat, Trend Trap on the chat if you guys got value. You know, when you said the trade you're far away from the brokers will probably be begging you to come, you know, with an arrow, with, you know, all those brokers that'll beg you with the horn. They'll beg you to come, like, you're done, come and take your money. Come take money. You know, the brokers will be calling on you on horn. You know, super amazing. You know why I like this? You know, a lot of people this will make people safe. The fact that you take 1 or 2 trades in a day, you hit your goal of 5%, and you don't even look as if you're trading, because the moment, you know, one thing is when we're showing you this, it looks like it's work. But the moment you understand, it's just like you're looking at a chart and you say, okay, this thing is ready. Okay, this thing is ready. All right. You don't have to take this amount of work when you know it. So the question you want to ask yourself is, are you going to give yourself time to know it? How many of you are here? You want to give yourself time, because when you now finally know it, you could begin hitting your goals 2 to 5%, put some value, you know, celebrate my brother. And guess what? He's going to be in Nigeria. All right. Next month, TBX launch in Africa, happening in Lagos State. And on the 14th and 15th, is going to be a movie in the whole of Africa, shut down Lagos. And we're going to have all these educators that are teaching you right now live. And the value they're going to bring is going to be astronomical. You want to put some value, celebrate my brother, Joe. You know, so much. I've learned so much from you. I'm learning so much from you, and it's a privilege that we're going to be, you know, meeting hand in hand, person in person. You know, giving value to this amazing organization. God bless you, bro. I know you got a meeting to heat up. I'm going to see you later. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Put some thanks. Put an amazing thank you on the chat. Celebrate him, the Trend Trap family. All right. Put some amazing congratulations to Jay. I don't know, Rico Anderson. You know, we're so hungry. If you there's another, you know, it came into this environment, so many high, so many, you know, momentum. Everybody just want to trade. Everybody just want to get the market. Everybody just want to hit targets and go. Everybody's like want to steal the market, hit and run. But it came in just like I did. I wanted to show education. I wanted to bring value. See all these individuals, they are just bringing value in education. And Jay will just showed you guys how to learn, but at the same time, take this advantage. Patient trading gives you value. Rico came in to bring education, and I want him to just jump in here. I don't know if you're still on. Rico, I believe you're still on. All right, just jump in here right now and give us some value. Putting some 7s on the chat. Let's get educated. Okay, you've not connected you're connecting it? Can't hear your sound yet. Okay, hold on. Oh, I've not made you a co-host. Sorry. I thought I did. Okay, good. I can hear you. Let's go.
All right, there we go. All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, I'm super excited to be here. And I'm even more excited of the fact that we've been going on this call, I believe, for what, an hour and a half already, and we still have over 90 people still on the line. There are 95 of you still on this call right now, which I believe is an extraordinary thing, because it goes to show how many of you here are actually hungry and fired up to get to the next level of your success in life. And it's so crazy because I know a lot of you here are probably even guests to this information. It's probably the first time you're seeing this, and you're not yet a part of the platform. And if you're not, hey, look, that's perfectly fine. Run this thing up, man, and make sure you guys get plugged in, because I can tell you, I can't speak for everybody, but what I can speak for is my personal experience. And I went from, personally being, I'll be honest with you guys, an Uber driver out in New York, right? I'm out here in the US. I was from New York City, and it's so crazy. I went from being an Uber driver. I had a newborn baby, was just really, really struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, to not only being able to learn the skill of trading within a short period of time, but now becoming an actual educator on the platform that taught me how to trade. And once that happened, man, it was like a new goal unlocked, man. It was like new level achieved. I felt like I was in a freaking movie or video game. But I'm just super excited to be here with you all, and to be able to share some knowledge, and something that's really helped me out in my trading. Now, I don't usually teach this to everybody, right? But this is something very exclusive that has helped me take my trading to the next level. And I'm actually really excited and really glad that out of all the guest speakers, I got to go last, because, and this is one of the main things, is because what it is that I'm about to teach you isn't a strategy. I know you guys learned some amazing and fire strategies today. You learn how to trade the range, which is more of a consolidated market. You learn how to trap the trend, which is absolutely fire. I'm going to be teaching you guys something that has helped me, and it can be applied to any trading style. This is a universal technique. It's not necessarily a strategy, but it's a universal technique that has allowed me to free up some more of my time in trading. Because I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to trading, I really got involved and wanted to learn the skill set of trading for one word, freedom, right? Freedom. So really quick, guys, if you guys are excited about freedom, if you guys are here to obtain that freedom in your life, and you believe that you can do so by becoming a full-time trader, I need y'all to drop freedom in the chat for me real quick, right? Now, this is a technique that I didn't learn until about 1.5 years, 2 years into my journey. But when I learned it, it changed the game for me. You see, I know we talk about all the times how the markets move in patterns. And if you guys didn't know that, by the way, I'm about to blow your mind. See, a lot of people think that when it comes to trading, when it comes to being a day trader or to being a successful trader, it's like it's math. It's science. You got to be super smart. You got to know numbers and all this extra stuff. And don't get me wrong, I was the same exact way when I first started. I thought the reason that one of the biggest reasons I never gotten into investing my money in trading is because when I looked at the charts, it looked like a whole nother language to me. I'm like, oh my God, look at all these numbers. Look at all these lines. I didn't know what I was looking at. And then when I started to really get into it and I realized that trading is nothing more than just patterns. And all we have to do is get good at identifying these patterns. And if we can identify these patterns before the patterns happen, this is where we make our money. I'm like, man, I learned patterns in kindergarten. That was one of the first things you learn in school is patterns, right? So I'm like, look, we got, I know AWOL was talking about, the M's and the W's and, we got all different types of patterns in the market. But there's just one thing that I've noticed and that I've realized is that when we talk about the market moving in patterns, what this also applies to is time. And a lot of traders don't know about this. So I'm about to teach you something that a lot of traders don't even know about. And this is one of my favorite things. Now, if you guys are already a part of the academy, if you go to my HFX channel, right, and you go to my bootcamp on HFX, you're going to see there's a video in my bootcamp. And I've been getting some phenomenal feedback on my HFX bootcamp. But TBX, if you guys go to my bootcamp, you're going to see a video. It says market timing reversals. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you are on this call, have plugged into my bootcamp or have been on one of my sessions before, my live sessions. But if you have, okay, then you know what I'm talking about. You know what we're about to go over right now. So just real quick, I don't know. It could be a few of you, it could be nobody. Does anybody here in this call know about market reversals, timing reversals? Drop a 7 in the chat if you guys know about market timing reversals. Okay. If not, here we go. We're going to get into it right now. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm about to blow y'all away. Watch this, guys. Oh my God. This excited me. When I first found out about this, this excited me. So hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. Let me pull up the chat. Let me make sure I can see it. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, cool. So if you guys didn't know, okay, we're going to break it down into 3. So hopefully if you're a guest, or even if you're not a guest, if you never saw this before, heard of this before, I want you to take out your notes, your pen pad, or whatever the case may be, and write this down. Okay. There are three different times throughout the hour that you are going to catch some nice reversals when it comes to trading. Okay. Watch this. Number one, okay, you are going to have what's called, oops, let me go ahead and do this. The quarter hour. Okay. So you got the quarter hour. Let me go ahead and fix this for you guys really quick. Boom. So quarter hour is number one. Okay. After the quarter hour, you have the half hours. Okay. And then you have the full hours. Okay. Now, the reason why this is relevant is because when it comes to trading, I always tell people, if you really want to take your trading serious and you want to make serious money in the markets, you have to treat this just as you would a job or just as you would a business, right? And what I mean by that is to become a professional trader, you have to start treating it like a profession. And there's no professional in the world that I have met that does not know when they should or when they need to show up to whatever it is that they're doing. See, whether you're a professional in real estate, whether you're a professional NBA player or NFL player, whether you're a professional, a doctor, I don't know what the profession may be, but professionals know when it is that they need to show up to do what it is that they're supposed to do. Now, when it comes to trading, I always tell people the number one thing that you have to have in trading is a trading plan. And within your trading plan, you should also know your hours of operation. So when it is that you get on the charts, when it is that you get off the charts. Now, I'm the type of person that I trade what's called New York session, right? I'm in the East Coast here in the United States. New York session is the time where all the banks and corporations, stuff like that, open on the East Coast over here. Okay. Now, in New York session, when I get on, New York session lasts about a few hours, right? But there's a specific times that I look at the markets to identify potential setups. And what this does is knowing about the half hour, quarter hour, and full hours. Okay. Knowing about these three times right here, it helps me be able to say, okay, well, if I don't catch the quarter hour, I'll step away. I'll go use the bathroom. I'll make a coffee. I'll do whatever I got to do. Maybe make some breakfast and come back in the next, whatever time it's supposed to be. So when we're talking about the quarter hours, this is what the quarter hours look like, guys. The quarter hours are all times that pertain to 15. So what I mean by that is it could be, what time is it right now? In your guys' location, what time is it where you guys are right now? I know there's a lot of you, I believe, are in like Nigeria and Africa and stuff like that, right? I'm about to show you. Okay, my man. All right, I'm about to show you guys exactly how this works, but I want to break it down before we get into the how-tos. Okay. Oh, you guys, I was about to say, y'all use the military. I don't know. It's 22:45. Okay. So, all right. So I see a lot of 9 p.m. So 8 p.m., 9 p.m., so on and so forth. So if we're talking about the quarter hours, okay, the quarter hours are going to be all the 15. So what that would be is 9:15, 10:15, right? 11:15, any of the hourly parts that end with 15. Okay. So 4:15, 5:15, so on and so forth. Okay. Then you have your half hours. Your half hours are going to be all of the 30s. Okay. The 30s. As a matter of fact, I forgot. The quarters are the 15s and the 45s. Okay. So the 15s and the 45s are the quarter hours. Okay. The half hours are the 30s. So that would be 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, so on and so forth. And then the full hours is self-explanatory. That's just going to be on the hour, right? So I'm not even going to put anything for full hour because that's just going to be on the hour. So for example, actually we'll put this, the 00s. So 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, so on and so forth. So real quick, by a show of ones in the chat, let me know if you guys are following so far with what it is that we're looking for. If we're looking for the quarter hours, it's all of the 15s and the 45s. So I see a lot of you, some of you said it's 9:45 around that area right now, right? So this will be considered a quarter hour, okay? So 15s and 45s are the quarter hours. The half hours are the 30s and the full hours are the zeros, okay? So now I see a lot of ones, which means a lot of you are following me. Perfect. Okay, so look. So now let's look at the chart, okay? So I'm going to bring this over here so we can still look at it. What I'm going to do is And we're going to look at more than one chart just to prove this theory of how it actually works for you guys, okay? So let me put this, I'm going to put this right here at the bottom. All right, let's reset the chart, zoom out a little bit, okay? Now, the idea behind this reversal technique, again, is to be able to help you identify one of the best times within the time that you already trade, one of the best times to look at or look for potential setups. Now, remember, we said the market's moving patterns and these patterns happen over and over and over again. So this half hour, quarter hour, full hour theory isn't something that I just pulled out of my pocket. This is something that has been proven time and time again. So here's what we'll do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back. Okay. We're going to look at just some of the major moves. We're not going to look at all of them, but just some of the major moves in the market. I'm going to mark it up with you guys, and I'm going to ask you if you agree with what it is that I'm saying. Okay. So if we were to look at this right here, this little area right here. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see that. This area right here, if we were to look there, do we see a nice push or reversal where the markets were obviously going down, hit this area, and then came up? Do you guys see that? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat. Okay, drop it in the chat. Drop a yes or a no. Do you guys see what it is that I'm talking about? You see the reversal? Okay, so the markets came down, reversed up. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one line. I'm going to put a line right here. So I'm going to go back. All right, I just want to get all of them out the way first. I'm going to put one line right here, and we're going to come back to that. Okay, we're going to come back to it. All right, the next big push or the next big reversal would be right here. So you see this, boom, it was going up, the markets was going up, and then we get the nice drop. You guys see that one, right? Do we see that? Okay. Boom. So we got another one here. Perfect. Now, even if we're looking at this one came here, pulled back a little bit, and dropped here as well. So what I'll do is I'll put two potential entry points. Now, remember, I'm not explaining it just yet. We're just looking just looking for the reversals now. Okay. I'm going to look for the reversals first, get your guys' input on it, and then we're going to go back and see if what it is that I'm teaching you actually makes sense. We got another small one right here. This is all within the same move, down, up, down. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to mark them up. Now, if you guys see any of the ones that I mark up that you don't agree with, just let me know in the chat. All right, just let me know in the chat. I'm just going to mark up all of the big reversals that I see. And that's what we're going to focus on. Okay, that's what we're going to focus on. Boom. So let's go ahead and do that. So on my screen right now, I put up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 potential areas where the markets had a pretty nice or a pretty big reaction. As a matter of fact, we can use this one as well. All right, this was a nice big push down. Market reversed up and it shot up for a little bit. All right, for a few candles. But we got 9. So now we got 9 areas where we see some good reaction to where markets are reversing. Okay, now I want to show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So we're going to go one by one. As a matter of fact, let's make it an even 10. This literally just happened. This literally just happened, like literally right now, right? So let's make it an even 10. We're going to start from the very beginning, and we're going to go back one by one, back testing all the different setups, all the different reversals that we see here. Okay, all the different reversals that we see here, and we're going to back test it. Yes, this is the 5-minute time frame. All right, the 5-minute time frame is going. Well, the 15-minute time frame is the lowest time frame you can go to be able to kind of identify all of this. All right, it's going to be the best. But obviously, the 5-minute works with all of them because the 15, the 45, the 30, and the full are all increments of 5, right? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, so on and so forth. Okay, now watch this. Okay, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this first one right here. I'm going to take a vertical line. I want to show you how fire this is. I'm going to put the vertical line. Now, the idea, okay, when we're talking about your hours of operation as a trader, the idea is to be able to be on the charts before the reversal happens. Remember that. Before the reversal happens is the goal. That's when you want to be on the charts. Okay. Cool. Can everybody see my screen good? I just want to make sure before I move on. Can you guys see my screen good? Okay. I'm going to wrap this up real quick, but trust me, this is good stuff, right? Now watch this. I'm going to take a vertical line. I'm going to put it right in the area where we got this reversal at, right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, make this white. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so we can see it better. Actually, you know what? I'll keep it like that just so that you guys can see it. Okay, so boom. I zoom in right here. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I know it's a little bit small, probably on the Zoom. But if you look at the time is right here on the bottom. Okay. You can't see it if I put the arrow there. Let me see. Let me see. All right, that should be good. All right, if you put the time there, what time is that, guys? What time did we just recently get that reversal? And I know it's not, it's in the military clock, right? I get it, right? 1600. Now, let me ask you guys, is that a half hour, a full hour, or a quarter hour? Half hour, full hour, quarter hour? Wow. Y'all see how simple that was? And that was just the first one. So you guys got it, full hour. We got a nice reversal at the full hour. Let's do the next one. The next one is going to be right over here. All right, obviously you guys can actually see it now. So we got the reversal right here. Okay. Now remember, the idea is to be on before the reversal happens. So, okay, so if we're looking at this, what time is this? Half hour, full hour, quarter hour. Oops. Go ahead and make it so you guys can see it. Boom. Wow. So if you were on before 1430, you would have been able, and look, there's no markups, there's no strategy, there's no nothing that's on the screen right now. This is simply just going off of time. And you know what's crazy? Everybody on this call has a clock. We all have a watch, we all have a clock, we all have a phone, right? We all have a computer where you can see the time. So, and remember, now this is not something that you use by itself. This is something that you add to your arsenal. This is something that obviously when you have your strategy, when you get better at trading and you do things like that, you're going to add this to your arsenal to, again, help you be able to identify what? When it is that you're going to be looking for setups in the market, right? When it is that you're going to be looking for setups in the market. Let's go to the next big move, okay? The next big move is technically this one up here, all right? But we could do both of them if you guys want, you know what I'm saying? Because this one's a big drop as well, okay? So this one was pushing down. This one was pushing down. So we're going to start at the top, okay? We're going to start at the top. This one was pushing down, hit this, made its way up, boom, boom, boom. So we're going to do a ping pong. This is going to be a 3 for 3. Watch this. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Before we do it, let's see if we can do it. I'm going to take the vertical line. I'm going to go ahead. And let's go ahead and put it right at the beginning of the reversal. Boom, right there. Is this a half hour, a full hour, or a quarter hour? If you are on, okay, so this is 10:15. If you were on before 10:15, you would have been able to catch this nice drop, right? This nice drop. Now, I know Joey talked about the 3 candlestick rule. And AWOL talked about going in even longer for a couple of hours. So whether you were trading with Joey's strategy or you was trading with AWOL's strategy, you would have cleared this trade in such big money, right? So that's 10:15, quarter hour. So we make our way all the way down. The market hits this low point and starts to retrace back up. Okay, it starts to retrace back up. Let's see if this lines up though. Let's see if we can get something on this pushback to the upside. Boom, we go ahead, we put our vertical line there. This is another quarter hour. So 10:15, we got the push to the downside. At 11:15, quarter hour, we got the push to the upside, made our way right back up here. And let's see what time this is, man. This is like clockwork. This is why I'm glad I went last. Look at this. At 11:45, another quarter hour. So look at this. Quarter hour reversal to the downside, quarter hour reversal to the upside, quarter hour reversal to the downside, makes it all the way down here. And then we got a half hour reversal to the upside. I can go on all day with these half hour and quarter hour setups, but you guys see, hopefully you see what it is that I'm talking about. Let's go to the next one really quick. Boom, 5:30. We got a huge push to the upside, straight to the top. Let's do another one. Look at this. We haven't lost yet. This hasn't failed us yet. Y'all see what I'm saying? Come on, this is too good. Y'all getting this for free on Zoom, man. Let's look another half hour right here. If you were on before, okay, if you were on before 4:30 right here in this area, you would have been able to catch this drop right here. Boom. Straight drop. Look at that. Remember, the goal is to be on before the reversal happens, right? Let's put another vertical line. Let's see what time it is over here. All right, let's go. We got a full hour right here. Boom. Perfectly. What time is that? 3 p.m. 3 p.m. on the full hour. Straight to the top. Boom. Hits the support, shoots straight up. Full hour. You got, like, I can go on all day. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get too excited. But this is why I said, when I learned this theory right here, the quarter hour and a half hour and the full hour theory, it helped me so much in my trading, because remember, we're trading for freedom. See, a lot of people think that to be a good trader, you have to sit on your computer all day, every day, and just stare at charts for long periods of time. When the truth of the matter is, I'm literally only on my charts for about, 30 minutes to an hour at most. 30 minutes to an hour at most. In 30 minutes to an hour, I find my setup. I already know what time I get on. I get on the same exact time every single day. And if I don't get a setup by 9:30, I'm waiting until 9:45. If I don't get a setup by 9:45, I'm waiting until 10 o'clock. Why? Because I'm trading based off of the half hour, full hour, and quarter hour theories. And I know that the markets, this is clockwork. The markets reverse at these times all of the time. All of the time. It does not fail. I can go to a whole nother pair. Let's go to a whole nother pair. I'm gonna just go to the very top. Let's go to the very top. This is probably the biggest reversal on the screen right now. Look at this. Let's go ahead. We'll put a vertical line there, right? Boom, right where it reversed at, which is right about there. Boom. Look at that. Another quarter hour, 5:45. I can go to a completely different pair, and this thing will work every single time. It works for every strategy, for every indicator, for every market, for every currency pair, you name it. This theory is beyond fire. So as I go ahead and wrap it up, I'm gonna give it back to my guy, Kenry, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you did, make sure you tap into my, my Go Live. Make sure you guys are plugging into the TBX Academy. We're about to take things to a whole nother level with scalping and making sure that you guys are in and out of the markets with the bag, And like I said, we're gonna make 2022, okay, the best year of your life. It's time to make the rest of your life the best of your life. So let's go ahead, run it up, learn the skill, man. It's probably the smartest thing for you to do is to learn the skill, but get plugged in, do what you got to do. Back to my guy, Kenry. This your boy, Rico, AKA Rockstar Effects. We out of here. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm super fired up. Put some loves on the chat. Just within a short period of time, they give you value of a lifetime. You know why? I love this value so much. While you were just talking, I said, thank God, thank God, thank God. And this is going to give people some insight to why, because a lot of Kenry, these guys, in all of the three individuals that came in here right now, you guys have been following the Double Blessing Nation. Did you see everything we teach? Did you see an interpretation in their strategy in everything that we teach? How many of you are on the call in the double bread? So we'll talk about, some of you are here right now. Some of you didn't answer, right, when he talked about the quarter theory, because now it may not be the English, but how many of you now know the value of timing? We talk about timing. How many of you now know the value? At least someone else comes in here right now and tell you the value of timing, which is the quarter theory. I put timing on the chat. I blow up the chat right now. Blow up the chat right now. I just put up something on my screen. Let me just see if I share that quickly. A lot of people don't know why we have so much amazing result with a double blessing strategy. Now you see someone else come to tell you about that thing, adding it to a strategy. How much it looks like. I'm just here. I'm blown away. Watch this, guys. Right. What do you see at the bottom of the screen? Best market entry time is at hourly, half an hourly, or the 45 minutes. We decided to take off the 15 minutes, but that's 45 minutes a quarter theory. All right. So you have the 30s, you have the full hour, and you have the 45 minutes. How many of you guys see value in what you just learned? All right. You saw value in what you just learned. Put timing on the chart. All right. Put timing on the chart. You saw trend. I always talk about do not trade against the trend because the trend is your friend. So you saw give you trend trap, the value of trend. You know, you saw Joey P comes to tell you about how to trade consolidation. You know, looking at the highs, the use of what the RSI and the stochastic, these indicators, how you use all of the 4 things. When I talk about double blessing strategy, I talk about what the sentiment, I talk about the trend, I talk about the structure, which you're seeing how all these things play out. Then you're using the strategy to be your execution. I don't know if you go value. Man, I'm so blown away. I don't really think there's anything I need to teach you guys. Do you think there's anything? If I add any other thing, that's overfeeding. You're going to blow your account if I do that. You know, when you learn too much, like you go to a party and you go for a buffet and you take too much of this food, right? What happens to the toilet? You purge, all right? You're gonna purge, and in trading we call purging, blowing of account. But if you got to value these 2 hours in line, all right? You know, wonderful educators. You got to value, show some love on the chat, put some love on the chat, put some fire emojis on the chat, all right? You want to tag them, you want to follow them, give them the love, give them the proper, you know, respect for this value they're giving to you for free on Zoom, all right? These are educators people pay, you know, to have access to their session. What I'm just going to wrap it up with, you know, which is actually what makes a difference for me. Maybe you're ready for this short preview. I'm just going to give you, I need everybody to type active market psychology. So put MP on the chat. Okay. So the market has a psychology. The market has a psychology. So, you know, this is a product that I learned when I came, you know, to the academy, putting in Christopher Derry, putting in Christopher Terry, you know, watching Steven Silido, most of these educators in the market, all right, I was able to see that the market has a pattern. It has a psychology. It has a brain. It has an emotion, okay? So I wanted to do so. Part of one of the things you guys are going to gain from this, you guys need to pay attention, because it's like, you guys just showing the history of the market. It tells you the story of the market. I'm presently training on the story of the market right now. The market always tells a story. Hold on, guys. Let me stop sharing. This is not. Give me a moment. Okay, good. I think I'm good now. So I understand the story of the market, because I want to give every newbie here. If you're a newbie, you don't want to see this as a strange thing. And if you're matured B, if you're a senior, all right, this is going to give you perspective. All right. And I'm going to close the session with this. So I taught you guys about trading view today. Hopefully you guys have this trading view. You have where you would analyze the chart. So this is where we do the chart. All right. And I'm going to go to, my favorite pair is USD JPY. So let me take off everything, and let's have a naked chart. Okay. And I'll go to the hourly markets. I'm going to do time. I need everybody to put the word time frame. So every time frame has a psychology, but most importantly, I love to see the perspective of the day. Right. So every candle represents a day. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if you know what's going to happen in the market tomorrow. If you know what's going to happen in the market, let me know. I'll visit you and I'll it's like time travel. You know what's going to happen in the future. Do you? Do any of you know? Please, excuse me. Do you know if the market is going to come down tomorrow or it's going to keep going up? Do you know? Do any of you know? Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? Did you know the market was going to buy 7 days in a row, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Did you know that? No. You may think it's good. Yes, if the market comes 50% retracement, that's a good opportunity, fine. But you don't know if it's going to do that. One thing you have to establish is you don't know what the market is going to do. You can only trade what you see, not what you feel. Write that down. Okay, so you have to understand that that's the psychology of the market. You don't know what it's going to do. All right, so you in part of you trading the market, you're not predicting what the market will do. All right, you're analyzing based on what it has done. All right, you're giving a perspective to what you think it should do and what you will do when it does what you think. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Put sense on the chat. These things will help you put the market in perspective. Trade what you see. So I'm seeing that the market is buying up. Yes, it may come down fine, but what if it keeps going up? So I don't know what the market will do, but one guarantee is that you know what the market has done. True or true? Okay? How many of you know what the market has done? Like today the market bought. Yesterday it bought. Day before yesterday it bought. 7 days in a row it's been buying. How many of you know what the market has done? Right? Good. So if I know what the market has done, right? So simple things to let you know. So we have the market buys at the floor, sells at the ceiling. I don't know the floor for tomorrow, but I know the floor of yesterday. All right. So part of the things you begin to put together is, all right. So this is a floor. True or true? Why? Because it was the market has told me, came there, bought. This was a ceiling. The market came there, sold. All right. So it's easy for you to know, all right, that this was a ceiling. But I don't know tomorrow. But I want to show you how this was tomorrow. How many of you want to know how to give you a fine perspective to trust in tomorrow, trust in your analysis tomorrow, right? So what I'm going to just do is, this is a floor, all right? This is a floor. So I just want to let you guys know how to identify a floor. Where the market hits and goes back down, floor, ceiling. The market buys at the floor, sells at the ceiling, right? So the way you know a ceiling is where the market has sold before. That is all the data we get in the market. So this is the magic of what has happened in the last couple of since October 21, all right? So this very moment, this is where the market has bought, sold. This is boring, all right? So let me guys show you. One of the things I love about the market was when I went back to the market and I was able to tell back in the years where the market was going to buy in this present time. So let me take off all of this. So you guys mark this area, all right? So just take a screenshot of this area. I want to see if I can catch the perspective of the market in the past. So watch this area, all right? So this, just write the area down: 855, 559, 583, 621, 470, 306. This is now the future of the market, all right? 560. So I'm just going to get enough data. All right. So this is around the area. So just write this area. I need you guys writing these areas on the chart. Okay. Want to perform some magic. All right. I'm looking at this time frame. Okay, good. Just write these areas on the chart. We're going to do something right now that's going to give you confidence of what to trade tomorrow, next month, next week. Are you guys ready? Have you written this down on the chart? Okay. You guys are not ready? Are you guys seeing this? Help me do this so that it could be fast. 306, okay. 116, 306, 11547, 114, 621, all right. 113, 583, 112, all right. All right, good. I know you guys are writing. So when I ask for it, you guys give it to me. Are you ready? Put ready on the chat. Good. One of the things that gave me enough confidence in the market is when I was able to go back in past times and I was able to see what this present time did in the past. So the market is a representation of what it has done before. Write that down. The market has clues. It will do what it has done before. So this is 2022. So let's go back in time. I don't know how time. Let's see. Let's see how time is. All right. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. So what time is this right now? So I'm just going to do something. So what time is this right now? I'm just going to do something. So this is November 14, 2014. Okay. So I want to do something right now. November in 2014. All right. What I'm just going to do is, this was a floor. All right. This was a floor. Okay. I'm just going to pick floors. So these areas are floors of the market. These areas are ceilings of the market, ceilings of the market. All right. This floor. Okay, good. So this area, I'm just going to break it down. So these areas, floors of the market, ceilings of the market, ceilings of the market, ceilings are good. All right, we could do that, you know. So this was between, all right, so this was between, let me see. So this was the ceiling of the market, ceiling of the market, ceiling of the market. All right, so this was between 2014 and, so let's see, I stopped at 2016. Does that make sense? Is this good? All right, so let's go back to today. Let's go back to today. All right, is this a flaw? Did I mark this today? Is this area a flaw? Tell me yes or no. Is this area a flaw? Tell me yes or no. All right, was this area somewhere a ceiling? Okay, was this area a flaw? Tell me yes or no. Okay, was this area a ceiling? Tell me yes or no. So between, is this area presently a ceiling? Where the market was the ceiling, this area presently a ceiling. All right, all these area captured. Did you find the areas that typed out being fulfilled around those areas, prices around there? Did you guys see that? All right, you look closely. Did you see that? If I could detailedly just mark them, detailed, if I had to take it closely, you will get in the future what has been represented in the past. All right. So one of the things you want to be very, very good at. I know you guys are, some of you are in the house, some of you know this stuff, but you know, I did this to show you guys something. It's not something I need to train you on. It's something you're being educated every day. All right. One of the good things you want to do is understand the psychology of the market. All right. A previous flaw on a deeper time frame, we have a great impact on the future flaw. Will either be two things. Okay. A previous flaw in a deeper time frame, in an old time zone, on time in the past, in today's market, in tomorrow's market, will still be a duplicated flaw or will become a ceiling. So part of the things I teach you guys on price action. So that's where price action comes in. Right? How many of you get? That's where price action comes in. So at some point in the future, it may have been a flaw. You don't know if it was a flaw, it's still in a mark. Because I didn't change the color. All right. But one of the things you need to know is that price action now differentiates what is a flaw and what is going to be a ceiling. So what do I mean? All right. So if you see here right now, right about this area, okay, the market has a ceiling zone. What does it mean? Because the past tells me that our previous ceiling can be a present flaw. What it means is, if this market comes down here, all right, I could trust in a buy here. Why? It is a data in the past that was once either a flaw or a ceiling. So I could trust to buy the market here when it comes. Does that make sense? If what I just showed you makes sense, you know, sometimes it's not about the strategy, just the understanding of the psychology of the market. This is 2022, if in 2014 and 2016, we could get where the market bought in 2022, what does it tell you? All right, respect, support, resistance of the past. So you can get the data of the future by going back to the past and just knowing how to draw support and resistance. All right, I'll bring it to a close here today, because if I decide to go on and on and on and on and on, you know, it's just like we're pushing the limit of your understanding. You're going to be so excited, you're going to forget everything. All you need to do, make a decision. Why are all this so important? All right. If I could determine where to get in the market, and I can make 5% per day using this education over the next 6 months to 18 months, it means my next decade for me and my family is established. Today, like I said, my son is way richer than when I was 30. Because why? I learned this stuff. I'm making more money for him when he's even crawling. Because why? I decided to put in time to learn this skill. Now I know how to make 5% every day. I made 5% a day. So guess what? I said in my presentation that if you learn a skill, if you find a way to make 5 times what you spend on a daily basis, it means every day you're going to have excess. Over a period of 6 months, 1 year, you're going to have excess enough to go buy a car, to go put into the real estate, to go invest. And you're not going to budget for it because why? You're having excess every day. So it's not about the beauty of knowing how to trade, it's what it does for you as a person. Get into this environment where you're going to learn the skill. Put in time. Because the individuals that just showed you this skill are willing to dedicate that time. They're dedicating their time every day to help you. All right. Are you willing? Do you have that? Do you have that commitment to putting in time to learn this skill for your kids, for your family? All right. When your family are looking for money, do they think of you? Yeah. Or are you the one that's, oh no, you can't help? I want to be the one on the spot. All right. So it's been a pleasure. It's been a privilege. How many of you are guests on the call? Let me know if there are still guests on the call. All right. Yeah, it was Educators Day. But if you're a guest, from what you learned, just being in the environment, it may not be as detailed as you understand, but do you see how this education can transform your life? Because if you could see it, you could become it. All right. If you see it, you could become it. I want to appreciate everyone who put in the time to stay in here and learn the skill. I told you guys, what we brought with time-based exchange is not just you thinking about the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes. Now you're going to be looking at you having multiple streams of income from the same trade ideas. All right. You could put it together. You could run a trade for 5 days. You could run a trade for 100 pieces. You could run a trade for 20 pieces and also run it for 4 hours. All right. Why? Because you have an understanding that this thing is going in this direction. So let me take 1 hour, let me take 3 hours and also give it 30 pips. You're going to learn how you're going to break that in detail within the next couple of months. No matter how you come in here, whether you're starting today, whether you are starting, you started before 3 months ago, 1 year ago, make a commitment to restart. All right. It's not a problem to restart. So God bless you guys. If you have any question, we're going to drop an email. What we're going to do is, I know we'll spend a lot of time. So if you got value, the training is on YouTube. We're going to send the recording. Some of you got the recording of yesterday. It's actually on my YouTube. So make sure you connect with me on YouTube and on Instagram. All right. And make sure you connect with the person who placed you on this call. First, you want to say, I love you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to learn, take value. All right. You want to thank them because gratitude opens the door for any value to actually establish its content. So thank them, but make sure, one thing is, how many of you are inspired? All right, put inspiration on the chat. Okay, if you've been inspired with the value you got here on the score. I told you the training is priceless. Even at the time, it was supposed to be priced, but we decided. My mentor said, "No, let's bring it for free. Let people experience it and let people make that decision that they want to hold hands with mentorship." All right. So far, so good. As this 2-day training, I am success first virtual event of the Parrot Nation. Has it been of value? If you're inspired, put inspiration. Now, inspiration makes no sense when you don't perspire. So what's perspiration? Taking action. Doing what you're told. Putting in time to learn skills. Some of you have these educators on record. Some of you have these tools. Are you going to put in the time to become the person that you really want to admire? All right. So the destination comes from what? Perspiration. Now you have content that has inspired you. I'm going to be looking at for some of you, all right, within the next 6 months to 1 year to hit multiple 6 and 7 figures using this education. It's a word that I've spoken for, so shall it be. So have I said, so shall it be. By the grace of God and in the name of Jesus, that is done. All right. Many of you are going to come out here. The time and the effort we put in, the investment is going to be a blessing for you and your family. All right. Take action. Don't look back. Don't regret the time that has lost. Just make sure you say, as from this moment on, I'm going to hold hands with the person that has the result. I'm willing, I'm coachable and teachable. I'm going to invest. I'm going to sow where I want to go. Because guess what? Where the treasure of a king is, his heart is there. Some of you need to put money ahead of the destination you want to make. Get your subscription on active. Put money in your broker account. I'm willing to lose because it's only when you lose you can win. All right. But the question is, are you losing right? Some of you are not willing to lose. That's why you don't learn. All right. So there are going to be moments of questions. So I'm going to open chat where you guys can ask me questions. I can't take questions on this call right now. I just want to celebrate. I just want to hit the song, celebrate you guys for what you got. There's a launch of a new level. So we're going to drop an email where you guys can send me feedback, send me your inspiration, send me anything, questions. We're going to drop an email. All right. Make sure for those of you who didn't register, you want to go back to the email or go back to the email. I am success email and make sure you register. There's a link for this event. If you didn't register, you'll be missing out on the post activity. Because what I want to do, I want to be able to monitor. All right. I want to be able to monitor the process of my commitment. I'm X. See, I have sown a seed, and I am waiting for a harvest, and I'm going to nurture the seeds. I'm not just leaving you train. I want to be able to monitor. I want to be able to see that I can. Yes, so I'm doing something. All right, I'm not going to tell it all, but I'm watching out for. So those of you that are going to stay connected and stay consistent, there's going to be a whole lot of value. So God love you as much as I love you. All right. I see you guys at the top, not from the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Hold on, let me ask, my manager here, my wife, I first want to thank her for giving me the opportunity. She's been taking care of my baby alone. You can hear her in the background. Please put some loves on the chat and celebrate my wife. She's the reason I've been able to do this in all full, complete flesh. All right. You want to thank her, you want to go straight. Emmanuel, if you're there, just go right to our Instagram, drop it there. Some of you go on our Instagram and show her some love. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if she does. No, don't tell me love. Don't show me love here. All right. Okay, who's there? Just drop I am. Okay, hold on. Show some love in real time. Go to I am. Hold on, guys. I have so many people to thank for this. Okay. All right, hold on a bit. Okay, good. I dropped it already. Okay, you guys already got it. So do that, especially I'll let you know why? Most of you would have missed this call since morning. All right, I think I stopped recording from here. Let me stop the recording.